Good morning. My name is Precious Popola, and I will be representing Group 8, delivering our opening statement in support of mainstream schools in today's debate on deaf schools versus mainstream schools. Today, you will also hear from Nanda Shrith and Favor Madagu. Opening statement. The resolution states that deaf children should attend mainstream schools rather than deaf schools. Our team supports this resolution. We argue that mainstream schools, when provided with proper accommodations and inclusive policies, help better prepare deaf students for academic achievement, broader social interaction, and success in a predominantly hearing society. This inclusion allows for equity, visibility, and participation in the same educational spaces as everyone else.
Firstly, mainstream schools follow comprehensive state academic standards and expose students to full grade level expectations, including college prep tests and diverse electives. When deaf students are provided with proper accommodations, they are able to thrive in this academic environment rather than be separated from it. This is supported by national longitudinal data from the National Longitudinal Transition Study, which found that deaf and hard of hearing students who attended only regular schools performed higher across academic achievement measures than those who attended only special schools. This suggests that mainstream education, when supported appropriately, is associated with stronger academic performance outcomes. Second, mainstream education can be a major advantage socially because it gives deaf students consistent practice interacting in a hearing majority environment, the same kind of environment they'll most likely experience in college, the workplace, and everyday life. The key is that inclusion has to come with proper resources. Supports need to be in place that help make communication fully accessible, things like sign language interpreters, speech to text services, caption media, and assistive listening devices. Those are the kinds of accommodations that allow deaf students to participate in class on equal footing. And research shows that social outcomes in mainstream settings can be positive when those supports are in place. A 5 year longitudinal study of deaf and hard of hearing students in general education classrooms found that their social skill ratings remained within the average range over time. This indicates that inclusion in mainstream settings can support positive social development.
Hi, this is Favor, and I'll be talking about the equal access. The equal access, which is based on the inclusion and and the equal participation. Deaf students are not separate from the society; they are actually a big, major part of it. Mainstream schools reflect the principles that students with disabilities should learn alongside with other people from different other categories, which is very much appropriate. This idea is also supported by federal laws and policies like the IDEA, IEPS, ADA. These laws and policies are out there just to make sure every single person gets free and fair education with no form of discrimination or any sort of it. Inclusion in mainstream schools reinforces equal participation in shared institution. This also allows deaf students to be visible. It helps them to be very much represented and engaged in the same educational spaces as everyone else is also. And this is not also about changing identity. I mean, there are also deaf communities who helps a lot in cases like this, but this doesn't change their identity. This is just about ensuring access and just making sure they're represented out there and their participation with broader society they actually already belong to. And on my second slide is the resolution. The resolution is just us as the mainstream schools. We support the motion of deaf students should actually look into or should go to mainstream schools. This is because I mean with proper accommodation and this environment promotes academic achievement and social adaptability and also helps them to get represented out there, like I said. And this also helps with majorly with visibility. And on the last section of this debate, so this is actually few references we used. This gives more information about the pros of attending a mainstream school over a deaf school. Hopefully, this was helpful. Thank you. Bye.